Hi, church. Today we're going to be talking about faith. What is the definition of faith? Well, based on Hebrew 11:1, faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. So basically, faith is telling us or is knowing that we need to trust God in His wonderful time, knowing that He will deliver for us under His will. Knowing that even when we don't see God working, we know that He is. How many of us have so many dreams and prayer requests? And then faith is putting those dreams and prayer requests under God's will and telling Him, I know you will do for me what is in your will, what is in your power, even when I don't see it. There's a great story in the Bible that reminds us of what faith can do for us, how it can transform the trajectory of our lives, and how it can actually change generations to come. I'm talking about Joshua chapter 2, verses 8 to 11. The chapter itself talks about Rahab and how Rahab, a prostitute, was able to change and save her family from destruction. The Israelites, Joshua and the Israelites were in the process of conquering Jericho. So Joshua sends 2 spies to Jericho, and Rahab decides to help them, and Rahab decides to approach them. And you're going to see in the way she answered to the spies, the amount of faith that she had in God, even when she didn't really know Him, even when she hasn't seen Him, just by what she had heard, she was able to help. And so here we go. It's Joshua chapter 2, verse 8 to 11. Before the spies went to sleep that night, Rahab went up on the roof to talk with them. I know the Lord has given you this land, she told them. We are all afraid of you. Everyone in the land is living in terror, for we have heard how the Lord made a dry path for you through the Red Sea when you left Egypt, and we know what you did to Sihon and all the 2 Amorite kings east of the Jordan River, whose people you completely destroyed. No wonder our hearts have melted in fear. No one has the courage to fight after hearing such things. And listen to this, for the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below. I love how she refers to God as the supreme God of heavens. I love that she understood that there's a power in God that no one else can go over. I love how Rahab understood that God can deliver, God can give, God can be there for each one of us. Rahab had a faith that allowed her to save her family. Rahab, it's actually mentioned as a woman who had so much faith in Hebrew 11:31. It was by faith that Rahab the prostitute was not destroyed with the people in the city who refused to obey God, for she had given a friendly welcome to the spies. Do you know that Rahab is actually is one of the descendants, of Jesus is one of the descendants of Rahab. And why? Because she believed. Why? Because she trusted that God's times were perfect. Why? Because she knew that God could deliver. So my words for you today is like, why don't we ask God to help us to have faith? Why don't we start practicing faith? Faith is believing in what we don't see yet. There's so many things that you and I don't see that we're expecting that God answers for us. But it's also in us to believe that He can do it, to believe that He will answer, to believe that He can deliver. Church, let's not give up on faith, but continue going and understanding that when we have faith, even our generations to come can benefit from that. God is faithful, and we need to believe that He has the right time for us to give us what is in His will, not what we want, but what He wants to give us, that He has the power to deliver our prayers and supplications. Amen.